So I thought I'd throw on an old school t-shirt, dig these guys out of the cupboard and give them a run out for today's workout. Let's get into it. And we're done. Workout finished, 40 minutes, 4 couplets, 2 different movements in each AMRAP, 4 minutes all the way through each 4, 3 minutes all the way through, 2 and 1. Let's talk about NoBull now, shall we? So 2 big announcements in the CrossFit space over the last couple of days. We have a new title sponsor, so we can now call it the NoBull CrossFit Games. Really hard not to say Reebok on that. So NoBull and CrossFit have both come out with some details of the agreement. What we do know is that it is a 3-year deal, and we do know as a result of that, the prize pot for the CrossFit Games is going up. It's not clear yet if that's just for, say, the winnings or the top 3, or if that's going to be spread across all of the athletes on the field. But as far as I'm concerned, that can only be a good thing. More money in the sport can only mean more opportunities for athletes to make a living. So CrossFit's a fairly new sport, and you compare it to others, it's a lot harder to make a professional wage just from competing. Hopefully this feeds through as well to other competitions, and more opportunities come up through sponsorships of other events and make for a more professional sport as a whole. In terms of my thoughts on NoBull as a sponsor and as a brand itself, it's been fun to see them grow over the past few years. I can't even tell you when I bought these, but they were several years ago, let me put it that way. In terms of my thoughts on the actual clothing itself, I love the t-shirts and the look of the apparel that they have. I've only actually had a couple of the t-shirts. You would have seen in the last video. There's obviously been some mixed opinions on the shoes if you read on social media. I obviously did wear them a lot back when I bought them, but I ended up wearing them more as a casual trainer than actually training in them. I did enjoy training with them for general CrossFit, not particularly doing much weightlifting in them, but just all around, not a bad shoe. But I've since gravitated over towards either the Reebok or Nike. Gravitated over to the Metcons and the Nanos. How to pronounce Nike? Nike then. Nike it is. I'm interested to see what they do over the next few years. I'm hoping that there will be some innovation from a shoe point of view. I did see a meme that pretty much summed this up. As you can see, they're pretty worn out at this stage. We've got some pretty good wearing on the front, pretty worn through in the sole as well, and most of the treads come off around the front here. To be honest with you, I probably need a new pair. They've lost a lot of their structural integrity at this stage because I wore them into the ground. So you're not getting a lot of ankle support on these, but I do remember when I first got them that they were pretty decent in that sense. So probably just need a new pair, to be honest. So the second bit of news is that Whoop have been announced as another sponsor of the CrossFit Games. So they're going to be the official wearable for the CrossFit Games this year. So there aren't that many details about the deal just yet, but we do know that it's going to be a multi-year deal, and they are excited to see what comes from the partnership moving forward. So Whoop's been pretty widely used by CrossFitters over the last couple of years. I myself have a Whoop band. Funnily enough, the announcement was today. Yesterday I cancelled my membership after having it for 18 months. It was an 18-month contract, so I decided not to renew. I did get a lot out of it, so I used the Whoop particularly in the first 6 to 12 months and see exactly what sort of things had an impact on my sleep and on my recovery. Just a really nice tool to have some sort of objective data about the things that you do and how it impacts you. I'm much better now at understanding my body and how it responds to different stimulus. I've been much less reliant on the data that I get from the band itself. I'm hoping that there's a few things that they can improve on over the next year or so. I'm going to have a bit of a break away from using any wearable for the time being, and then I may well be tempted to come back to them again in the near future, we'll see. But as far as the announcement goes, CrossFit said that they were looking to have multiple main sponsors of the CrossFit Games, so I'm excited to see if there's going to be any other announcements. Obviously we've got the Open coming towards the end of next week, so we would expect to see the rest of the announcement come before the season officially starts. So eyes are peeled, let's see what they announce. If you enjoyed this more news style video, then give us a thumbs up. If there's something else you want to see, guys, put it in the comments below and let me know. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers, guys. NoBull CrossFit Games. What am I doing? So big news in the CrossFit space.